All right, Megan, congratulations on your Melbourne
Thank
debut.
you.
I mean, we spoke about this before you made it. How did it feel to finally fight in Melbourne, let alone in front of the capacity stadium crowd that was sort of piling in as you got that big win?
It was amazing. I think, like I said earlier, I think I'm like the only UFC Australian fighter that hasn't actually fought in Australia. So it was a very cool experience. And I just felt super calm and I kind of seen everything and we executed a great game plan, I think.
You seem to be pretty emotional after the fight. Was it just the significance of coming here to Australia and winning?
Yeah, not just that, but I think I couldn't have asked for a better performance, particularly in front of a home crowd. Kind of what I said in the cages, I haven't performed to what I know my ability is in my last couple of fights, and this is what this fight was all about: is showing what I'm capable of and just doing me and not kind of forcing everything. I'm just focusing on seeing everything in the moment and adapting and adjusting where I need to.
You've had some ups and downs in the UFC, obviously. You just mentioned it. Do you feel like we're seeing the best Megan Anderson right now, right here in Melbourne?
Definitely. I think a lot of people kind of doubted my skills, and they kind of, I see where they're coming from in that regards, just because I know that I didn't fight to what I know my potential is, but I think this is a new era for me. You're seeing a different Megan, and I am a well-rounded athlete, and I think we're on the up and up. I'm very excited.
Discuss the fight a little bit, because your opponent kind of took it to you from the very beginning. Kind of looked like she was trying to get things done quickly. What was going through your mind if you saw her running towards you?
She did start a little faster than I was expecting, but I can also see why. I think she kind of knew that she had to try and stop me early, otherwise it wasn't going to be a bad night for her. That kind of played into our game plan really well. We planned to blend into our takedowns pretty early anyway, so it kind of worked right into our favor, into the system that works, that we've been working on for months and months, and so that's why we kind of were like, okay, this is where we wanted to be anyway. So, yeah.
I know you said that you didn't feel like you had been giving the performances that you knew you could. Is part of that because you need the right opponent to give you that option?
No, a lot of that is myself. I think, I kind of briefly touched on it on the media day. I have a lot of self-esteem and lack of confidence issues. I've had a lot of stuff that I've had to deal with my past, and I let that kind of affect my confidence in my fighting as well. And definitely over the last few fights, I am the type of person that I care about what people think about me. I get emotional about that stuff, and I'm learning to be better about that, about not getting upset when somebody who doesn't know me calls me like ugly or a man or I'm on steroids or you're a shit fighter, stuff like that, just because they don't know me. They don't know the real me. They don't know who I am. They don't know how hard I work. They don't know how much I have sacrificed and I have invested into this sport. And I think this performance was about me and me alone. And it didn't matter who was across from me. This was going to be my night.
With those issues you were talking about, have you seen anything like a psychologist or a sports psychologist?
I see like a mental health coach, and she's amazing. She is like one of my biggest supporters, and we still have a lot of work to do. It's not a quick fix. It's not gonna change overnight, but I definitely am in a much happier place, and I feel calm about everything. I feel confident in who I am, and I don't apologize for people who don't like me. Like, I'm me, and I'm the only one of me, and I try to be a nice person, and I try to train hard and do the best that I can and give back, and that's all I can ask for.
You spoke about anxiety from your last fight. How did you feel today before the fight?
I felt so calm. Obviously, there's going to be nerves, I think for me, nerves is a good thing. It means that I care. It's something that it's important to me. And if I didn't have nerves, I'd be a little bit concerned. But I liked the morning fight because I didn't have all day to kind of stew over like being nervous, and it was kind of like, I'm up, I've got to get to the bus. We're fighting in a couple of hours, so it was kind of good. So we didn't have to deal with that side of things. But I don't know, everything was just super calm, and I was just ready. I'm ready to have like a complete meal and not feel nauseous because of my nerves.
How much easier is life as a winning fighter when you're dealing with them self-esteem and confidence issues? I mean, it must have a big impact to, be winning rather than coming off a loss and having anxiety out of a fight.
Yeah, definitely. And I think too, I have a really good team around me. I think some fighters can get into the mentality of like after a win, they kind of get a little bit too big for themselves, or like they get a little too overconfident. Whereas I have a really good team. They keep me honest. Like they won't let me get too big for my boots. They'll cut me down pretty quick. And that's what I need. Like I don't want to brag, and I don't want to be one of those fighters that shit talks or all that kind of stuff. Like I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to have the performance that I did. And even walking back, I'm talking to my coach, like, was that transition okay? Like, what else did I need to do? Like, kind of talking about positional stuff, like things that we can work on. And that's just the type of gym that we are. Like, even in wins, we can find lessons to learn.
Is it extra special as a submission win because you're so well known for your striking ability? Was that extra?
Definitely. And despite what people think, I hardly train my striking anymore. I maybe do one 30-minute pad session with James a week on my striking. All I do is wrestle and grapple. So despite what people think, I think I spar strictly just stand up once a week. I do one 30-minute session on pads a week, and that is it on my striking. We focus a lot, and that's the thing is I knew this is kind of something that I wanted to show, even to myself, because I do this in the gym all the time. And I think it was just one of those things where I was just going to be like, fuck it, let's just do it in the cage as well. And I think for me, that was a confidence booster, like executing what I wanted to do that I do in the gym every day in the actual cage in a live fight.
Will you allow yourself to have any time here in Australia with family and friends
Yeah,
before heading home?
I'm flying up tomorrow, and I'm going to spend time with my family for a couple of days before I head back.
On the Gold Coast?
Yeah, on the Gold Coast.
Just quickly, obviously the division's wide open right now. You've got a big win in front of the stadium. Amanda's got her hands full in December, depending on her titles. But what's your pitch? If you could give a pitch to possibly fighting for the title next, what would be your pitch to fight Amanda Nunes for that featherweight belt?
Oh, I have a lot of respect for Amanda. As a martial artist, I don't know. I don't really care who I fight. I would love that fight. I think I'm one of the best featherweights in the world, and I think my skills match up great with Amanda. It's just who the UFC wants. I know she's kind of caught up right now, and she kind of she usually has like a long time in between fights. So I want to fight around February, March, give it be able to enjoy Christmas and eat. But I think the UFC knows, like, every time they come to me with a name and a date, like, I always sign on the line. I'll fight whoever they put in front of me whenever. If Amanda is next, perfect. I love that fight. And I think that I match up really well with her, and I think I give her a lot of problems that she's never seen before.
Is there a part of you that worries the division may not stick around that much longer, so you want to sort of get to Amanda as soon as possible to maybe fight for that title?
Yeah, of course, but I have no control over that. And once upon a time, like, I stressed about that, and I kind of felt like I had to win, and I had to put on good performances.
At that point when you were stressed about it?
Yeah, well, I felt like I had to win to keep the division alive, or I had to put on a great performance to show them that they should keep us. But that's not. If they're going to cut the division, like, one person isn't going to change that. And I think this is my fourth fight in 16 months. So if they didn't want to keep the division, I wouldn't be so active. So hopefully they, because I know Mick is the one that kind of handles the featherweight division. So I hope he starts signing more people. And I know there's a lot of girls in Invicta. Pam Sorensen, their champion, Caitlin Young. I know there's Faith McMahon, who's from New Zealand as well. I think there's a lot of female fighters in the featherweight division that would be perfect to transfer over to the UFC from Invicta that would help bolster the division.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys.
Congratulations.